former President Donald Trump and top allies, including his lawyer Rudy Giuliani and his former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, and a top former Justice Department official, Jeffrey Clark, were indicted Monday on felony charges in connection with efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election results in Georgia. The sweeping 41-count indictment also names lawyers John Eastman, Sidney Powell, Kenneth Casebro, Jenna Ellis, and Ray Smith, along with several others. All were charged with violating Georgia's RICO, Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organization, Act. In an indictment handed up to the judge around 9 p.m. and made public just before 11 p.m., Trump was charged with felony racketeering and numerous conspiracy charges, court filings show. The racketeering charge carries a sentence of 5 to 20 years, while a conspiracy conviction can result in a minimum sentence of 1 year in prison with a variable maximum sentence. Trump and the other defendants charged in this indictment refused to accept that Trump lost, and they knowingly and willfully joined a conspiracy to unlawfully change the outcome of the election in favor of Trump, the indictment says. Trump has denied all wrongdoing, as Giuliani did hours before the indictment was made public. Eastman, Meadows, Casebro, Ellis, and Smith all did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Willis said at a late-night news conference that arrest warrants have been issued for all of the defendants and that each has until August 25 to surrender voluntarily. Willis said she intends to try all 19 defendants together. A grand jury hearing evidence in Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's investigation into whether Trump and his allies interfered in the 2020 presidential election returned the indictment earlier Monday night. It is the fourth time Trump has been indicted in the last 4.5 months, and the second time he has been charged with trying to interfere with the election in the past 2 weeks. Willis led a sprawling 2-year investigation into whether Trump and his allies coordinated attempts to unlawfully alter the outcome of the 2020 elections. Among the incidents cited in the new indictment was Trump's January 2, 2021, phone call urging Georgia's top elections official, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, to find the votes needed for Trump to overtake Joe Biden and claim victory in the state. Trump has said the phone call was perfect. The indictment also focuses on the so-called fake electors, people who signed a certificate falsely declaring that Trump won Georgia in the 2020 election and that they were the state's official electors. A number of the bogus electors struck immunity deals with Willis's office in the past few months, court filings show. Through the indictment, prosecutors number at least 19 unindicted co-conspirators, including 13 who are alleged to have participated in the fake elector plot. The false documents were intended to disrupt and delay the joint session of Congress on January 6, 2021, in order to unlawfully change the outcome of the November 3, 2020, presidential election in favor of Donald Trump, the indictment says. The indictment lays out the plot chronologically, listing various efforts by Trump and the alleged co-conspirators to overturn the results in the state, and it says that in addition to those who have been charged, that there are 30 unindicted co-conspirators. Willis convened a special grand jury to question witnesses and examine evidence in the case last year. The panel heard from 75 witnesses. Raffensperger and Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, who had also been pressured by Trump and his allies to alter the outcome of the 2020 election, testified before the panel, as well. Raffensperger and Kemp are Republicans. Trump has charged Willis of interfering with the election by allowing the investigation to continue while he is a candidate. Trump has been charged with a crime 4 times since late March, making him the frontrunner in the polls for the GOP presidential candidacy in 2024. Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan District Attorney, initially accused him of 34 felonies of manipulating company documents in connection with his participation in hush money payments near the end of his 2016 campaign. In another case, he has entered a not guilty plea. The case will go to trial in March. Trump was charged with mishandling and illegally holding onto extremely sensitive national security material in a 37-count federal indictment filed in Florida against him in June. In that case, which he has also claimed is politically motivated, he has entered a not guilty plea. Trial in the Papers case is anticipated to begin in May. Trump was indicted this month on accusations of conspiracy to defraud the United States and attempting to obstruct the peaceful transition of power to Biden by special counsel Jack Smith, the federal prosecutor in the papers case. There is no definite date for the trial. Trump has entered a not guilty plea.